Sometimes running Linux on the desktop can be a bit of a challenge. Not all hardware plays nicely with our favorite Tux-powered platform, and we occasionally run into driver issues, hardware compatibility problems, or even the occasional mystery bug. The thing is, when we install Linux on a computer that originally shipped with Windows, we're essentially taking full responsibility for making everything work. And that's why it's such a big deal whenever a company releases a computer designed specifically with Linux in mind. Even today, only a small number of companies produce Linux-first computers, with System76 being one of the most well-known. One of the most standout products from System76 has been the Thelio desktop lineup. These machines have always had a unique personality, something that tends to resonate pretty well with Linux users. And right here, I have the brand new Thelio Mira desktop from System76. This brand new 2026 model was redesigned, and in today's video, I'm going to give you all of my thoughts and a full review. And even though this model features a completely new design this time around, it still keeps all of the important features that make Thelio desktop special. For example, things like repairability and open firmware. It's also incredibly powerful as well, and it's easily the fastest Linux desktop I've ever reviewed on this channel. And in this video, you're going to see it in action. And throughout this review, I'm going to give you guys all of the information that you need to know about the brand new Thelio Mira. I'm going to go over the new design, inside and out. I'm going to show you the performance, the specs, we'll go over the pricing, basically everything that you'll need to know to make an informed decision on whether or not this is the right Linux desktop for you. Before we dive in though, I do want to give you guys a quick disclaimer. The computer I'm reviewing today was provided to me directly by System76. However, as always, all opinions in this video are entirely my own. I never allow companies to review footage before you guys have a chance to see it first, and System76 didn't ask to review anything beforehand, but the policy is still the same for every review, regardless of who sends me the product. And if you're curious about Learn Linux TV's review policy, you can check out the URL on the screen right now. But the short version is this. Whenever a company sends me something to review, I'll always give you my honest and unbiased opinion. I'll highlight what System76 did well, and also point out any areas where there's room for improvement. And one more thing before we get started. If you enjoy the reviews and tutorials that I produce on Learn Linux TV, then you should consider becoming a channel member. All you have to do is click the join button below this video, or you can visit the URL that you see on the screen. And members get access to exclusive perks, such as access to the official Discord community, ad-free content, as well as early access to select videos. In addition, I'm also planning on adding some additional perks as well. For example, soon I'm going to start a monthly members-only live stream, so if you want to jump in and chat with me, then definitely become a member. And thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, I really appreciate it. And now with all that out of the way, let's dive into my review of the brand new 2026 Thelio Mira. And first, let's take a moment to talk a bit more about the Thelio line of desktops so we can better understand what they are and who they're designed for. The original System76 Thelio desktop debuted more than 8 years ago, and honestly, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. And one of the most distinctive aspects of the original Thelio desktops was their appearance. The chassis was completely custom and looked unlike anything else on the market at the time. The design even included some fun Easter eggs, such as planets inside the fan vent that were aligned to match their positions at the beginning of the Unix epoch. One side of the case featured an etched outline of Denver's mountain skyline, while the other had a wood grain accent that almost gave it an Atari 2600 vibe. Inside the case, the chassis was built from very sturdy material, making the entire system feel extremely durable, almost like a tank. Another particularly interesting aspect of the original Thelio was that the entire design and blueprint for the chassis was open sourced. And this meant that, at least in theory, you could build your own Thelio if you had access to the necessary materials and tools. It was pretty remarkable that the company didn't just design a new case, they also shared the full recipe with the community. Over the years, the design evolved through several revisions. One generation even introduced a swappable accent strip on the front of the case, allowing owners to customize the look and add a bit of their own personality. So if you want to give your computer a different look, you can absolutely do that. I think I'm honestly losing my mind. And now, fast forward to 2026, and we have an entirely new design to take a look at. And here it is in all its glory. The 2026 refresh of the System76 Thelio Mira looks quite a bit different from previous models, but the most important ideas behind the Thelio line are still very much intact. Just like before, the system was designed so you could push the hardware to its limits. with a strong focus on stability, airflow, and keeping noise levels low. One of the most noticeable changes is the addition of a milled metal control bar on the front of the case. And this is where you'll now find the power button along with the front I/O ports. That change actually fixes one of the most common complaints about earlier models, which required you to reach around the back of the case whenever you wanted to plug in something simple like a flash drive. And personally, that never bothered me too much, and I worked around it at the time by simply using a clamp-on USB hub that was mounted to the edge of my desk. But I completely understand why people criticize the original design. So adding front I/O is definitely a welcome improvement. And speaking of the front of the case, it's now made from tempered glass, and there's also a large mesh vent that helps improve airflow during heavier workloads. The rest of the chassis is built from aluminum and steel, and the entire design is custom manufactured in Denver by System76 themselves. And personally, I really like the new design, but I do find myself missing some of the more artistic touches from earlier versions. The wood grain panel on previous models gave the system a very distinct personality. It almost felt like a piece of art sitting on your desk. This new version looks a lot more like a traditional PC this time around, which means it doesn't stand out quite as much as a conversation piece. According to System76, that shift was intentional. The focus with the new design was on durability and function rather than treating the system as an art project. But even though I'll miss some of the more artistic touches of earlier versions, the new chassis works extremely well. But of course, as a classic saying goes, it's what's on the inside that counts. And this time around, the new Thelio Mira includes a liquid cooling system that allows the hardware to be pushed even further, and System76 also redesigned parts of the internal architecture, and according to the company, this improves performance by as much as 19% compared to expected baseline metrics, while also reducing temperatures by as much as 13 degrees. Overall, I think the new design is fantastic, even if it doesn't stand out quite as much as the earlier models did. Anyway, let's take a look around the new model. On the front of the case, we have the tempered glass panel along with the milled metal I/O bar that I mentioned earlier. This panel includes two USB Type-A ports and a USB-C port for newer devices. You'll also find a 3.5mm audio jack, and the power button is located here as well. On the left side of the case, there's a large mesh fan vent that spans nearly the full width of the system, and that helps keep everything cool under load. There's also additional ventilation points on the top, side, and rear of the chassis as well to further improve airflow. Around the back, you'll find quite a generous selection of ports. The system includes two USB 4 USB-C ports, 4 USB 3.2 ports, and 6 USB 2.0 ports. When it comes to networking, the new System76 Thelio Mira includes Wi-Fi 7 as well as 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. Personally, I'll probably add a 10 gigabit network card to mine, but the included networking option should be more than enough for most people. Finally, the rear panel also includes dedicated audio ports for speakers and microphones, which is always nice to have. We'll get back to the video in just a moment, but real quick, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a Linux system start behaving in a way that makes absolutely no sense? The logs look fine, services are running, and yet something is still broken? Well, that kind of situation is exactly why I put together a short ebook on Linux troubleshooting. Inside it, I walk through some practical troubleshooting strategies, useful command line tools, and some creative workarounds that can help you diagnose strange problems much faster. I also included some Linux life hacks that can save you some time when things inevitably break. Because, well, let's face it, eventually they will. So if you'd like to level up your system administration game and become the person who actually figures out what's wrong instead of just guessing, then you can check out the ebook using the URL that's being shown on the screen right now and is also linked in the description down below. So check out my new ebook and level up your troubleshooting skills. And I really appreciate your support of Learn Linux TV. Thank you so much. And with all that said, let's get back to the video. When it comes to the specs of the new model, the exact hardware depends on how you configure it. System76 currently offers three main configuration options for the new Thelio Mira: a premium version, an elite version, as well as a custom version. If you want more control over the hardware, the custom edition of the System76 Thelio Mira is the option to look at. This version allows you to choose your own CPU, GPU, memory, and storage configuration, so you can tailor the system to match your specific needs. When you unpack the System76 Thelio Mira and power it on for the first time, the system begins the process of setting up the operating system. Pop! OS 2404 comes pre-installed, but it's intentionally left in a partially configured state. And the reason for that is because it gives you the ability to encrypt your system. And interestingly enough, it was the fastest desktop OS setup I've ever seen. In fact, the entire process finished in roughly 1 or 2 minutes. All the included hardware works perfectly out of the box, which is exactly what you'd expect when Linux is a first-class citizen on hardware from System76. As for Pop! OS itself, it's a fantastic distribution and very thoughtfully designed. It now includes an entirely new desktop environment called Cosmic, which has actually become my daily driver regardless of which distribution I happen to be using. For me, everything works extremely well in Cosmic, which is impressive considering that this is the very first release of this desktop environment. It's also worth mentioning that Pop! OS isn't limited to Thelio systems or any particular hardware. You could download it directly from the System76 website and install it on virtually any computer that's able to run Linux. Since the distribution is based on Ubuntu, most systems that run Ubuntu well should also be able to run Pop! OS without any problems at all. And one of my favorite features when it comes to Cosmic is auto-tiling. This feature allows you to keep all of your windows visible and neatly arranged on the screen at all times. You can organize your windows in whatever layout works best for you, and it also supports window stacks, which allow multiple applications to share the same screen area. Auto-tiling is completely optional, but I highly recommend checking it out. I've actually produced a separate video that explains how this feature works in more detail, and I'll leave a card for that video right about here. Overall, Pop! OS and the Cosmic Desktop provides everything you'd expect from a modern Linux desktop. There's great features without unnecessary bloat or wasted resources. But since this is a Linux PC, you're probably wondering how well other distributions work on it. And to test that, I installed a couple of alternatives, specifically Fedora Workstation and Debian. When it comes to Fedora, it installed without any issues at all, and nearly all of the hardware worked immediately out of the box. The only exception was the NVIDIA driver, which needs to be installed manually on Fedora systems. But all I had to do was enable the RPM Fusion repository and install the NVIDIA driver package using DNF, and after a reboot, everything was working perfectly. Fedora Workstation 43 ran exceptionally well on this hardware, and it's a great fit for this machine. But Debian, on the other hand, was a bit more complicated. The installer for Debian 13 wouldn't actually start at all. I did manage to install Debian testing though, and initially it worked just fine. But unfortunately, after I installed the proprietary NVIDIA driver, the system would no longer boot. And at first, that might seem surprising. After all, this is a computer that's designed specifically to run Linux, so why wouldn't it run a popular distribution like Debian? And the reason for this is actually pretty straightforward. Debian 13 was released last summer, while the Thelio Mira uses extremely new hardware. Think of it this way. A Linux distribution release can't possibly know about hardware that was released in the future. And if Debian 13 did work on bleeding-edge hardware like this, I honestly would have been quite surprised. But with Debian testing, you can see that support is already improving. Debian testing will eventually become Debian 14, so once hardware support is fully integrated, it should work just fine. But the thing is, when it comes to Debian, it just doesn't have good hardware support when compared to distributions like Fedora, Pop! OS, or even Ubuntu. Next, let's talk about performance. And honestly, the System76 Thelio Mira is easily the fastest computer that I've ever reviewed on this channel. Throughout my time testing it, the system performed exceptionally well and stayed very quiet unless I was really pushing the hardware. But even then, the fan noise was still lower than you might expect considering the kind of components that this machine includes. Also, during testing, I decided to run a quick benchmark using Geekbench 6. On the single-core side, the system scored over 3500, which is a very strong result. For context, Geekbench uses the Intel Core i7-12700 as its baseline processor, which scores 2500 points. That kind of performance directly impacts everyday responsiveness, things like compiling a single file, running scripts, or just general desktop snappiness. But where the system really shines is in its multi-core performance, where it scored over 2100 points. With 16 cores and 32 threads working together, this machine can handle heavily parallel workloads without breaking a sweat. Anyway, benchmarks are great and all, but how does this machine perform when it comes to real-world use? Well, to test it further, I decided to try some gaming. And to really push the system to its limits, I started with a serious challenge, Final Fantasy VI. Actually, that's not going to push this system at all. I mostly just wanted an excuse to brag about getting every character to level 99. But in all seriousness, to actually stress the system a bit more, I fired up Cyberpunk 2077, which ran extremely well on this machine. I didn't notice any stuttering or throttling, and the frame rates were stable and consistent throughout my testing. Overall, this game didn't seem to present much of a challenge for the Thelio Mira. So if Linux gaming is important to you, then this machine will definitely check that box. Of course, performance will vary depending on your hardware configuration, but the experience on my review unit was excellent. At this point, I'm going to share my overall thoughts on the new System76 Thelio Mira, starting with the chassis. The case is absolutely beautiful and very well built. It does lose a bit of personality compared to earlier models that featured wood grain panels and interchangeable accent strips, The new version looks more like a traditional desktop tower. That said, calling this computer standard or traditional would be doing it a disservice. The chassis is extremely solid and easy to repair, and it does an excellent job managing heat while remaining very quiet. And the addition of liquid cooling certainly helps improve thermal performance as well. But even without accent panels or accent strips, the machined metal front panel and tempered glass still give the system a distinctive look, and the open hardware design continues to make the Thelio stand out. Even if it's not quite the same conversation starter as it used to be, I still think the design looks fantastic overall. Performance has been excellent too. Everything I threw at this computer was handled with ease. Whether I was gaming with Cyberpunk 2077 or testing different Linux distros, the system stayed quiet and never throttled once during my testing. So if you're a gamer or a professional who needs a powerful desktop that can handle demanding workloads, the Thelio Mira definitely delivers. I'm also a big fan of Pop! OS. It's a fantastic distribution that clearly focuses on the desktop experience. Features like the built-in recovery partition really improve the overall usability and makes the system feel very polished. And considering how Linux often gets overlooked by major hardware vendors, testing a computer from a company that puts Linux front and center was honestly very refreshing. The only downside I could really point out is the lack of a card reader. And this is a bit surprising given that the system is also marketed towards creative professionals, and many content creators rely heavily on SD cards. That said, it's not a difficult problem to solve since inexpensive USB card readers are widely available, but it's still worth mentioning. When it comes to price, the three configurations start at $16.99, $42.99, and $47.99 respectively. So yes, purchasing a Thelio is definitely an investment. But it's an investment that makes sense if you want a premium desktop that's designed from the ground up to run Linux, and it runs it exceptionally well. Overall, I highly recommend the new Thelio Mira. If you're looking for a powerful Linux desktop, this is an excellent choice. And there you go. That was my review of the 2026 Thelio Mira, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then be sure to click the like button to let YouTube know. Also, be sure to subscribe to Learn Linux TV for the latest in Linux. I release new content each and every week. Anyway, I really enjoyed the time that I've spent with the Thelio Mira, and thanks to System76 for sending it to the studio for me to review. Let me know what you thought of this review down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.